Right, I'm off to find the best route to Blacksail Youth Hostel. Why not come with me? Well, good morning, and you find me out and about in the Lake District again. We're not too far from home. We've parked at Honister Pass, and I'm parked in the National Trust car park. So it took me about 20 minutes to drive down the valley to the car park. Possibly could have been a bit quicker. Some of the cars were going a little on the slow side. I suppose I'm used to the road and maybe they're not. So, yeah, well, what's the plans for today then? Right. Well, I've mentioned a number of times I'm in an online photography club. And excuse the lack of breath, it's a bit steep and it's going to get even steeper shortly. Anyway, well, they do have various meetups. And there is one meetup in, when would it be? In November, when a number of us are going to meet up at Blacksail Youth Hostel. So I thought, because it's a hostel you can only get to on foot. So I thought I'd have a recce when I'm not carrying huge amounts, just my normal camera gear rather than camera gear and food, etc. for 2 days, and have a bit of a recce to see which is the best route to get there. And I suppose I come to the conclusion that there's 3 possible routes, and I'm going to try two of them today. So one route is what I'm starting out on, which is to park at Honister Pass, go up onto the old tramway, which is where I'm heading, and then when you get, I suppose it's about halfway along, at the highest point, hang a left on a footpath that's taking you towards the head of the name of the valley's gone, where the Blacksail, Ennerdale, to head of Ennerdale, and then curve round and come down, and we get to Blacksail. So that's going to be the first part of the journey, and then the second route will be to go from Blacksail, and then there's a pass between, and this is where I should have checked the map first off, between Haystacks and the next fell to the west. So we're going to go over there, and that will take us to the head of Buttermere, where there's also places you can park. So that's the 2 routes, but then obviously it means I'm going to end up in Buttermere and the van's at Honister. So the plan is, assuming I've got the energy, is to go up the nose of Fleetwith Pike, and there might be some good images to be had up there, and then from Fleetwith Pike we'll work down back to Honister. So I've no idea how far it is. It'll be the longest walk I've done for a while. So I've got my GPS with me that will be recording where I've been. So at the end I will put that up so you can see. And hopefully let's have a little stop. Hopefully I'll get some nice images. Oh, and you should be able to see there's Honister mines and car parks, etc. behind me. And then we're going up this steepish path. It isn't actually the old tramways off to the here is off to the left of me, but I think that must have been quite a steep descent being done on with ropes and that on the trucks. So once we get to the top of this steepish bit, we join the old tramway, and then it's not quite as steep, and hopefully we can then make a better bit of progress. Anyway, I think we'll stop rambling, we'll get on, and whatever happens, we'll see you a bit later. Right, well, we've actually got to the youth hostel now. I've actually been here a little while. I have been talking to people, etc. It is actually open, or the door was unlocked. The warden is here at the moment, but just say welcome to the world famous Black Sail Honister Pass, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you can go in and get a drink and something to eat, and obviously leave money. So yeah, so just as a route, it's just over 3 miles the route I've taken according to my GPS, and I'd been going roughly 3 hours to do that, which does seem quite slow, but my GPS does distinguish between moving time and stationary time, and the moving time was 1 3/4 hours and the stationary just over an hour, because yeah, it's what was I going to say? Yeah, I've taken some handheld images which you'll have seen on, which will be mixed in with the B-roll, and obviously I've been stopping and talking to various people. There's a lot of people doing the coast to coast, which is a walk from the west coast of England across to the east coast. It's just short of 200 miles. It's a walk I did. I've suddenly realised it was 45 years ago. I did it in 1980, just before I went off to university. So yeah, so the other thing to say, there's just short of 1,000 feet of ascent in that. So what I thought I'd do is I may just do a video inside the hostel. I don't know, we'll see, but just talk about where we are and etc. So yeah, so there's the hostel. I'm not going to take a picture of it because it's yeah, you need to be a bit further away. I may put an image up that I took a couple of years back when I was passing, etc. So so that's the hostel, and the mountain behind, as you can see there, that is Haystacks. And then as we come over here, we've got some more. There's a pass that I'm going to go through before that one to Buttermere, and I think that's High Spy, is it? If it's something different, I'll put the correct name up on the video. And as we come round, we've got, that is Pillar. Looks a bit boring from this angle, but from certain angles it does look like a pillar. Next to it there you've got Kirk Fell, and then the big mound up there is Great Gable, which is a very well known mountain. A lot of climbers go up there, etc. And the little one just to the left of it, that's Green Gable. And then as we come round, I'm not quite sure what that next one is, whether it's got a name, before we get back to Haystacks. So yeah, so we're just gonna carry on, just sort our water out, etc., and then carry on to Buttermere and see how we do with that. So yeah, whatever happens, we'll see you a bit later. to Gatesgarth Farm car park, and I think I will put up on the screen once I've worked it out when I get home, but I think the distance here is comparable to from Blacksale is comparable to the distance between Honister and the hostel. It was saying that the feet of ascent was probably only about 500-600, which was less than from Honister, but then we have dropped quite a bit. We're probably about 600 feet lower here than we were at the hostel, so probably going the other way it could be over 1,000 foot of ascent. There was no great climbs or scrambles or anything, and I think the time I've been walking has been similar. I haven't stopped to take as many handheld images. I have taken some, so, and I'm just debating. I think I'm going to try and go over the top of Fleetwith Pike, which is the one there from here back to the van. I'm going to be done in by the time I get there, and it's going to be quite late, but I think that'll work out quite well. So yeah, it's just a shame it's so hot. It's a bit too hot. I mean, it's a nice day. The sun's a bit bright, but yeah. So we'll get ourselves going, and we'll head off up Fleetwith Pike, and then to Honister, and then we'll be ready for rest when we get home. Right. Whatever happens, we'll see you a bit later. Right, well, we're now on the quarry road heading back to the actual base at Honister slate mine, so it should be relatively straightforward now. Since I spoke of being over Fleetwith Pike, thinking, oh, it can't be that difficult. Boy, was it difficult. The main reason it was difficult because I haven't done anything quite as long as this for quite some time, so yeah, it's taken out of me, and it was just getting really, really tough, and yeah, so I mean, I haven't gone that far, but going up, and there was some quite very steep bits where you're straightforward scrambles, but they were scrambles, so you were having to sort of hands and feet job to hold on and step up and that. So yeah, I saw a couple that were setting up a tent, and I thought they were possibly doing it at the top, and when I got there a little disappointed that they weren't quite at the top, but it was only another couple of minutes from there. So yeah, I think I took a couple of handheld images as I left Buttermere, but I haven't taken any more since. I'm just absolutely goosed. So we haven't gone that far. We've probably about 9 miles, three lots of 3-ish. What I will do is I'll put up the map up on here, and I'll put up details of this final section. And although it's probably only 3 miles, it was quite some ascent. It wouldn't surprise me if it was ups and downs. It even got to 2,000 feet of ascent. We're about 300 feet at Buttermere by the time we got to the top of Fleetwith Pike. It was over 2,000 feet. So yeah, So I'd already done 1,000 or so. So probably done, I would have thought, I don't know whether I can quickly find it on my GPS. Nearly 3,500 feet of ascent today, 9 miles. And I'll have been out a long time, because as I say, at Buttermere I did stop, at Black Sail I did stop for a while, and that. So yeah, I mean, I've been out, getting on for 10 hours. So, but I think when I get to Keswick, it might be going to the shop for a well-earned beer. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, the question raised was which is the best way to get to Black Sail Youth Hostel. And I think it's between parking at Buttermere, although the parking was very reasonable, £4 a day. So if we're there 2 nights, we probably need to do 3 days. So that's £12, which isn't a lot. The National Trust car park that I parked in today, what I'm heading back to now, it's £9 just for 1 day. Although admittedly I don't pay that because I'm a member of the National Trust, so I get it for free. It's a good job, I mean. But in a sense, that's why I joined the National Trust, to get free parking. When it's so much, you've only got to park once a month over the year, and you've more than covered your membership fee. So yeah, so it's 6 2/3. I did bump into somebody who sort of said, well, there's the Ennerdale forest track which you can walk up, although it's 4 or 5 miles, I think. I haven't actually looked at that. He did say you may get the code, so you might be able to drive at least to the Ennerdale Youth Hostel and then just walk from there to the Black Sail. But certainly the bit of forest track I saw was reasonably good. But the last little bit where you turn off to get to the youth hostel, that would have been very tricky. You would need a definite all-wheel drive vehicle to do that. So yeah, but it's good to get out. It's good to do such a long walk. It's a while since, as I say, I've done one of these where we're, as I say, over 8 miles. I mean, the last few have been sort of 4 and 5 and relatively flat. So I do need to get out and do these more to get the legs used to them, because I think tomorrow the legs are going to be complaining. I'm meant to be rumming down and painting some decking, so I think I'll cope with that. So I don't know whether there's anything else to say. So yeah, I mean, it was nice that the youth hostel was open and we went in. So yeah, and just to remind people, if you've enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up. I do really appreciate it, and if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. Help me to get to 1,000. I think we've got 30 odd to go now, and if you were one of them, it'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, the most thing I really do appreciate is comments. They help me to gauge whether the channel's going well, not so well, whether people are enjoying it, whether I need to tweak it, etc. So yeah, but right, I don't know what we're doing next. There was a meet-up next at the weekend, maybe in Malham. I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to that, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll just say then, we'll see you on the next video.